By Carl Golden. In poll after poll, the confidence and trust of the American people in the news media has tumbled, shattering historic lows. One of the most damning came recently from the Reuters Institute for the Study of Journalism at Oxford. It found that of 46 countries surveyed, the US, at 29%, ranked last in media trust behind nations in Europe, Africa, Latin America and Asia Pacific. Finland at 65% ranked first. It's likely a few points will be shaved off the 29% score by arguably the most egregious conflict of interest case to erupt in this country in decades: the involvement of CNN News host Chris Cuomo in surreptitiously assisting his brother, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, in dealing with allegations of horrific sexual harassment conduct. Virtually everyone who's anyone in New York State and national politics has called for the governor's resignation, and impeachment preparations have begun. The investigation by the New York Attorney General into the governor's behavior found 11 victims of harassment, from touching and groping to sexually suggestive innuendo. It found also that Chris Cuomo, despite his role as a journalist, advised his brother in developing a strategy to counter the accusations, participated with the governor's advisors in charting a course to follow, and was given access to official state documents, some of which were reportedly designated privileged communications. The conflict of interest is stunning, a blatant disregard for what has always been the most inviolable trust placed in any reporter. Whether the executives at CNN were aware of the extent of their news host's involvement is irrelevant. They turned a blind eye to the governor's appearances on his brother's primetime show and the fawning, adoring coverage it provided. Any news executive worthy of the title should have barred the brother-to-brother lovefest the minute it was suggested. Instead, they permitted it to go on and, aside from a mealy-mouthed statement of concern and a gentle, meaningless reprimand, did nothing. CNN cannot escape responsibility for the ensuing debacle and the major contribution to public distrust of the media it caused. The governor has refused to step down and amazingly has indicated he'll seek a fourth term next year. Chris Cuomo has ignored calls for his resignation as well, and CNN has given no indication it intends to punish him, either through dismissal, suspension, or leave of absence. The political problem for the governor aside, the actions of Chris Cuomo have deepened the stain of public distrust on every one of his colleagues in journalism. Every reporter in the print or electronic media has been harmed by Chris Cuomo's behavior. Their writings and reporting have been open to doubts about their veracity or whether they've been motivated by personal considerations and friendships. Dedicated journalists have been splattered with the mud of Chris Cuomo's unethical conduct, and removing the stain will be difficult, indeed.